How's it going, everybody? I'm Burrhead2, and welcome back to this. Now, all you do is find the Crusher power and, not die because you need to save. Actually, finding a safe spot would be really nice. Now, that does mean I am going to have to start off on that story, given that, well, I did say I was going to start off in this episode. So, well, I guess I'm going to have to do that now. So, this story is 100% true. Actually, hold on a second. I really need to go to the bathroom. Phew, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but, yeah, I guess it did anyway. So, what was I doing again? Yeah, trying to find the power. So, yeah, like I was saying, I was going this direction, wasn't I? Although I wasn't too sure. So, yeah, basically, it's a true story. I may exaggerate a little bit, but it's likely only going to be for, to get the point across, or just simply effect. Maybe the occasional comedy. Yeah. It's a real story here, folks. Completely and utterly real. Where am I going? Where is the power to this thing? Isn't it that button or something? Or it could be this. It could be. I don't know.
Staff only.
Let's not go that direction. I mean, this has got to do something, right? I guess not. So I'm gonna see if I can try and spare you some of the more, extraneous details, let's be honest here, because there's quite a few things I do remember about the story, although I'm sure not quite all of them are going to be very important. Is there anything in here? Just making sure, for some strange reason. Ooh, yes, this is great, this is fantastic even. Boom, okay, now I don't need to worry about it. So this is the story of how I got where I am today, why I've done the things I have done, and why I haven't done the things that I haven't. See, so where is this power thing? Okay, expect like 30 minutes of me looking around trying to find it and not doing anything, alright? Okay. So, this story begins in the far-off year of 2015. I was younger back then, as most people are, and I was rather naive. Oh crap, that scared me. Oh boy, why are you behind me? Oh no. I'm trying to tell a story here. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen, man. I'm gonna accept that. I was sitting in the backseat of my parents' car, minding my own business, when all of a sudden, with no prior warning, with any prior, reason, it seemed, my sister, who was sitting in the seat across from me, suddenly remarked 3 words, and I believe this to be verbatim, as far as I remember. Darn. I died. Ironic. I'm saying that right there. Uh-oh, where am I? Crap. Got it.
Gregory.
Yeah. Now, I just kind of looked around to see what my sister was doing, to which I asked, I hit the desk, if I could watch, because I was one of those who got games on your phone kind of kids. Most people are, right?
Staff can help.
My sister said that I probably wouldn't like it. I believe that to be verbatim as well. To which I asked if I could see again. To which I received the same answer. To which I asked if I could see for a 3rd time. To which I received the same answer for a 3rd time. Wait. I'm behind the gates. I'm behind the gates. Nice. Okay, let's see, what is this gonna be? Okay, they have these things. Mark for deletion, I think, is Chief security officer interview, blah, 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 doesn't have any relevant background experience. The top of need someone who has run security for a facility on this scale. Okay, there's the logic in the situation. So, I did the next best thing, realizing I probably wasn't going to be able to watch. I then decided to ask a crap ton of questions, as, you know, maybe you would do in that situation. Over the next, however long it was, I don't really know, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I inquired my sister on exactly what the heck she was doing. Given, well, specifically on, well, what she was playing on her phone. Where's this place? Oh, it's just more of the laundry room. Okay, so where am I going? Where am I going? Okay, no idea. Let's just continue on the story. Now, it should probably be noted that my sister was, well, you know, playing games on her phone. It just so happened to be the first game of this franchise. So, well, you know, just remember that. And then when we were driving home, I was looking out the window and I saw the sunset. It was a very nice sunset, as sunsets usually are. It was pink and orange, and then I began to feel something. Two things. One of them, please don't trap me. One of them was, well, fear. The other one, regret. I knew at the moment that what I had just done, asking my sister all those questions, was not likely to end very well. Another quick fun fact here. You see, when I actually did initially look over to see what my sister was doing, I did see something, although all I really, you know, could make out was just basically like a black and white image with this big circle in the middle, which is about as, well, generic as you can possibly get. So there's that. Where am I going? In circles. So, like, basically, for all intents and purposes, I didn't really see anything. Also, yeah, another backstory here. So, like, you know, I was a lot younger back in 2015, you know, a bit weaker, you could say. And so, you know, it would make sense that I would have been, you know, scared of a horror game. You know, makes logical sense. But it's not that simple, let's be honest here. It never is. You see, my entire life, I've had, and what you likely already know, it's onomatonophobia. Now, you already know what that is, right? I mean, chances are you probably already do if you're watching this. But because I'm a guy that posts videos to YouTube, I'm legally obligated to tell you what it is, again. You see, onomatonophobia is the fear of things as dolls, which, okay, they're kind of creepy, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a whole room full of them, you know. But, like, I can live with it. Mannequins, which I don't care too much about, like, maybe slightly subconsciously creepy, but, you know, again, I wouldn't want to be, you know, in this room full of them at night, by myself, all staring at me, as I am sure not very many people would want to in the first place. And, of course, the rather infamous fear of animatronics. My relative lack of fear of dolls, which, okay, there's one doll that I can think of that absolutely scared the crap out of me when I was younger, I can get to that in a minute, and mannequins as well, was absolutely made up, and then some, seemingly in my fear of animatronics. The 2 times previously in my life that I had, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Flashlight. Just take a nice look. Make sure there's no buttons or something I'm missing. Crap. Get out. Get up. There. What was I saying?
Who wants candy?
Lost my train of thought. So, yeah. Basically, 2 times previously in my life that I'd ever been in contact with an actual real-life animatronic, I made sure to keep my darn distance. I didn't know exactly what it was that I was so afraid of those things, but all that I knew is that I definitely was. But none less than 30 feet. Pretty sure I already said that, but I'm just saying it anyway, I guess. Wouldn't happen to be up here for some dumb reason, wouldn't it? I doubt it, honestly. So, given, if I was so, you freaking scared me, you wouldn't expect you to be being there. That's the ironic part. So, given that I was pretty darn afraid, all things considered, of animatronics, found out about a horror game that's about scary animatronics, you'd think that'd be a match made in heaven, which it was. To further give an example of my fear, you see, I mentioned that there was one doll that I was particularly scared of. For some reason, I kind of imagined it to have, like, robotic-like qualities to it. Not necessarily animatronic qualities, per se, but just robotic qualities in general. And I'd once seen a TV commercial that featured probably the most bare-bones possible, definition of an animatronic you could possibly come up with. It was basically something that was kind of tall, ran on a track, had 2 arms, and had basically a computer monitor for a head. Something as basic as that somehow managed to scare the ever-loving crap out of me. But not as bad as what was about to ensue. By no means would it have ever been that bad. So, I think I've given an example of the relative extent of how bad I hated those darn things. How bad I hated those darn things. How'd you get over there? Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Where the heck am I going? So once we got home, it was dark out, and I felt relatively okay with the fact that I was, with people and the lights were on. Like, why can't I go in here?
Our friendly security staff.
But once it came to, going to bed, which was going to happen at some point, I realized, walking down the hallway, going to my bed, and getting in it, what was about to ensue was likely not to end very well.
Warning, tampering with Fazbear automated staff will result in suspension of your membership.
Running. This is a bad idea. I don't think I'm really telling my story very well here, to be honest. But I think that's a good place to end it off. Oh yeah, a few more details I forgot to mention. Back when I asked my sister a bunch of questions, I had basically managed to get some very basic information, but basically all the information I should ever need to know. For example, imagine that my sister was playing a Mario game or something, and I wanted to know what she was doing. So I'd ask questions like, what's the goal? What's the point? And my sister would give answers something similar to like, your goal is to get the Power Stars to beat Bowser and save Princess Peach. Very basic, very surface level stuff, but it encompasses pretty much everything you're ever going to need to know. And I got quite a bit, basic, what the point was, what you were doing, maybe basic story, not differentiating that from lore, and, basic character descriptions and names and all that kind of stuff. Keep in mind that I had never really seen anything. I didn't know what anything looked like. Remember that. because I think that's kind of an important detail. I even asked one question that I still believe is kind of, maybe not relevant, but, makes sense. Why the heck can't you just destroy these darn things? To which I asked the same question in this situation, but my sister said she'd probably be fired. Verbatim, I believe it as well. Still waiting for, better explanation than that. Because, hey, in such a position, I don't think you'd really care being fired. Care if you were fired or not. Okay, so seriously, where the heck am I going? Okay, come on, man. Where am I going? So I think that's probably... This thing just seems really important, but it's not doing anything. That's the sad part. So I think that's like a good place to end off that, for right now, to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. But the next part might be kind of long. I don't know. Because I do want to get through all of that in one fell swoop, to be honest. Oops, I was going to go back.
Gregory!
Don't be behind me, man. Okay, then. So yeah, I think that's a good place to end it off. So I guess I'm gonna, end this episode right here. I can pause it, because why not? Might look around a little bit to see what I'm doing off camera, and then I'll start it again at some other point. So see you in the next part, and I'll continue my story there. Hopefully a bit more coherently. Alright, goodbye.